Hi Aquarius, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Today is your 2016 life spread. I apologise for stuff coming to you late. It's just that these readings really take time, and they do take time to do. I don't cut corners on readings, so sometimes things can take longer than that I imagine. I also run a business with lots of personal readings that come through every day. So, I try and get... right now it's a little bit of a quiet period for the readings, the personal readings, which is how I am managing to get everything up. You'll have noticed by the time, well, this is actually going up before the February readings, but I've recorded virtually all of the February readings for all of the zodiac signs, and they're all going up today. So, it's only because I've got this small silent period at the minute. And this has only been kind of in the last day or two that it's been quiet, okay? Because usually it's extraordinarily busy every day with personal readings. So luckily I've had a little bit of a gap where I can sort of squeeze in now all the YouTube stuff that needs to get done. And we're coming back with your life spread. Let me quickly explain to you what the life spread is. Life spread is where we concentrate, we focus on five key areas of your life in 2016. It's a general reading, okay? So some stuff might resonate with some of you, some stuff won't. Some areas will resonate with some stuff won't. All areas might resonate with some of you, and all areas may not resonate with some of you. It's the way that general readings work. But this reading is actually offered as a private reading on my website anyway. So if you like the reading, if something resonates with you, you think, you know what, I think I'd like to get a personal reading done in terms of the life spread, then you can just go to my website and have a look at the description of it on the website. Okay, how do we do this? So we use two decks of cards, Aquarius. We use the Rider Tarot deck miniature version, and I do this because I have to put several cards down and I'm working from a small space. And I also use the Universal Weight Pocket Tarot deck. For the Rider Tarot deck, I'll use all of the cards, okay? For the Universal Weight Pocket Tarot deck, I only use the majors, okay, so the trump cards. How do we do it? First of all, we shuffle the Rider Tarot deck, and we then split the deck into three, gather it back up, and then put down four cards that represent each area. The first card is known as the key card, and that will represent influences that you might be feeling at this current time in terms of that area of your life, or it could be an influence that's coming in. The three cards underneath the key card represent the past, present, and future. If it's not your past, then it's your present. So we would look present, present, future. If it's not your present, then it's all future, future, future. We can only ever progress upwards, never go backwards. I hope that makes sense. The majors, these cards, we shuffle, cut, collect back up, and we only choose 7 cards from here. Each of those 7 cards will be known as an anchor card, and that will represent each area, key area within the reading. So what that does, the anchor cards, they show how a situation could be resolved, where the situation is heading, okay? And they will also show potentially how you're going to react to a situation. But usually it shows the resolution of that situation with that particular anchor card. Okay, so I hope that that makes sense to you. So, card number 1 would be basis foundation. That card will always start with your basis foundation. This will show exactly where you're at the moment, what you're feeling, what influences are going on in your life. That basis stroke foundation card number 1 will also represent how a situation can be resolved in your personal situation. Okay, so that's key area number 1. Key area number 2 is your home life, and that's usually represented by card number 4 of the anchor, which is the central theme. Area number 3 is career, and that's usually represented by the anchor card, which is number 3, career. Also represented by number 2, love. Also cards number 5 and cards number 6. Okay, you'll see as we go along how this actually works out. And then we've got the love area, which is area number 4, which is represented by card number 2, love, in the anchor. So to show how a situation in your love life stroke personal relationships will work out. And then we've got card number 5 showing the future in terms of your key area, and that will be represented by the anchor cards number 5 and number 7, which are immediate future and future overall. Hope that makes sense to you guys. We're going to make a start now, Aquarius. And this reading is for Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising signs, okay? Oh, also to let you know, we do have a further card that we also draw, and this is called the Information Advice card. This is one of the most important cards in this reading because this shows exactly what the universe thinks you need to know at this current time with the advice card. And this draws everything in from the reading. All right, I hope that makes sense to you, Aquarius. I'm just going to meditate now, and I'm just going to ask the universe, spirit, angels, show me the areas for Aquarius for 2016. What is coming in for Aquarius in 2016 in their personal life, home life, career, love, straight relationships, and future? Show me. Show me the key cards and past, present, future, or present, present, future, or future, future, future for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs in their personal life for 2016, career, home, love, and future. And also show us what the advice card is for Aquarius. What do you need them to know at this time? Show me. Okay, so we've meditated on the cards, Aquarius, and we're going to split the deck into 3. Collect it back up. And we're going to lay down the first set of 4 cards, which represent your personal life at the moment. So key card and then the past, present, future positions. We're going to have a look at your home life. This is position number 2. Career. 1, 2, 3, 4. Love, straight relationships. 3, 4. Excuse me, guys. I've suddenly just become extraordinarily tired, and I don't really know why. We look at the future. 1, 2, 3, 4, and also your key card, your overall advice stroke information card. Okay, let's have a look now at the major arcanas. Universe, spirit, show me the resolution for each area in Aquarius's love life spread. So give me 7 cards, please, that will represent their personal life, home life, career, love, straight relationships, and future. What are the 7 cards? Show me the 7 anchor cards, please, that will show how situations can be resolved in Aquarius's personal life, home life, career, love life, straight relationships, and future. Show me the foundation basis card, the love card, career, central theme, immediate future, their wishes, and also the way things are heading. So the 7th card. Show me for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs in this life spread for 2016. Show me. Okay, split the deck into 3. I'm going to lay down. Let's just move these cards along, make sure we've got enough space, enough room. Card number 1, basis foundation. Card number 2, love. Card number 3, career. Card number 4, central theme. Card number 5, immediate future. Card number 6, wishes. And card number 7, which is the future overall, which is just means the way that things are heading. Let me just get a quick sup of my Pepsi Max because I'm feeling rather tired. I was hoping that this might pep me up a little bit. Okay. Right. Hope I'm not coming down with anything. I've just got really achy all over. Oh, that's interesting. Right. Personal life. Home. Career. Love. Future. And the advice card. Okay, let's turn the anchor cards over. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So Aquarius at the moment, how you're feeling is the Fool. This is your basis foundation card, and this represents your personal life at the moment for some of you guys. The Fool card is all about moving forward. It's all about taking a risk. It's all about experiencing new things in life. Things that and not being afraid. It's about losing the fear and doing it anyway. This card usually shows up in a reading when somebody is really kind of desperate for a change, or they really want some transformation in their life. They really want to break out of something that's become quite predictable, quite boring, quite staid, quite dull. They're looking to kind of jump into something new. And I do feel that this is very much the case for some of you Aquarians out there. You're really looking to kind of do something different. It could be a new career. It could be new love life. You know, it could be a new place to live. It could be traveling afar, traveling to different places, because the Fool is also someone who takes a lot of journeys, who likes to travel. They're a journeyman, that type of thing. The Fool essentially is a baby. So the Fool is doesn't know any better, doesn't know anything. Sometimes you can look at the Fool and you can say somebody's been a fool, so they've done something the wrong way. But usually that would be the Fool in reverse. Usually when the Fool is upright, it's all about taking a leap of faith and not being afraid to take risks. That's what I feel that a lot of you guys are potentially feeling in your personal life at the moment. And we can see this in your this is how you're feeling actually at the basis foundation of your life at the moment, and it's very strong. I almost feel that there's an urge just to do something, just to leap into life if things have become a little bit boring or a little bit predictable for you. And we see with your personal situation, your personal life, the Death card is the key card. So you might at the moment be experiencing an ending. So maybe for some of you guys in your life, in your personal life, there has been an ending to something, because the Death card often represents endings, but it's endings which lead to new beginnings. So it's the ending of one cycle. It's something that has to go. It's something that has to change because it's on its way out. But with the Tower card, it's something that kind of happens like that, and it really shakes you up. With the Death card, there's still sadness with that a lot of the time, because there's real finality to it. But it's a far gentler ending rather than the Tower card, okay? It's it's akin to kind of dying peacefully in your sleep. That's not what the Death card's about. I'm just giving you an analogy, as opposed to the Tower being hit by a truck, if that makes sense to you. So the Death card is real change. So the influence might be around something that has really changed in your life, something that may have ended. Hence the Fool card, where things are going, because the Death card as your key card is saying that there is an ending, that is around you at the moment. Or there's one coming in. There's some form of huge transformation that's happening for you guys soon. And this is going to lead you on a new track. So it's a new experience that this is leading you to. In the past or straight present, we've got the Page of Wands. So I feel that you've wanted to take a leap of faith, because that's what your Page of Wands does. There might have been some really good news that coming for you guys in the past or stroke now. The Page of Wands is often the card of traveling. So I've got to take my cardigan off. I'm ever so hot. It's often the card of somebody who really kind of just he reminds me of the Fool, funnily enough, the Page of Wands, because they're both children essentially, and they both kind of just go with their passions. They don't really think about stuff as much. But I feel that in the past, the energy is that you've won. I don't know whether you've done it. You may have done it, or you may have just thought about it. But there's a real drive, I feel, in the past, straight present with this Page of Wands, to leap into something new, to leap into something that's not being tested by you, to leap into something that makes you feel alive and makes you feel passionate and makes you feel really excited. There's a sense of excitement with this Page of Wands because it's a child. Whenever you get the Page of Wands, if you were to look at the Page of Wands as an archetype, he would be the excitable kid. He'd be the one that would be bounding all over the walls. He'd be the one that would be kind of running around and causing a little bit of mischief. The Page of Cups is the more romantic, sweet, inward type of kid. Page of Swords is your kind of very serious type of child, does a lot of thinking. That's why he's often associated with education. And Page of Pentacles, again, he's a very clever child. So sometimes if you were to go for a reading, and say, for example, you said to a tarot reader, how many kids am I going to have, what they're going to be like, even though there's a difficult question sometimes to answer. If you've got two pages, like the Page of Swords and the Page of Pentacles, we'd know that those would be very, very studious kids. Very studious kids, whereas Page of Wands would probably be the type of kid that would live for fun, and Page of Cups would be a very kind of creative child. Page of Wands is also a very creative child as well, because the Wands are very much to do with creativity. They're very much to do with career, but the creativity that we deal with in terms of the Wands is sometimes things like writing. They can be artists. They can be just people simply that think outside of the box, okay? So they don't do conventional jobs sometimes, okay? And they also are entrepreneurs. So I feel that for some of you guys in the past, you may have looked at some creative stuff that you've wanted to get involved in. There's been a lot of excitement, I feel, with this Page of Wands. And also the pages, because they're so young, it means something that's been new, something possibly untested, something that has not been tried out, something that is in its infancy, because the pages are infants, okay? So the Page of Wands could simply mean an exciting endeavour, something that's quite childlike or young in its infancy, like a new business or a new creative endeavour. So I feel that there is change coming with this Death card. It's an ending of something that you've done before into something that's new, okay? And I feel with this Page of Wands in the past, this could either be where you've just taken a leap of faith with something. You've decided that you wanted to move into something that makes you feel alive again. In the present situation, we do have the King of Swords in your personal life. Now, this can either represent a person, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, individual. So it could indeed be you, okay? As usually the King of Swords, I believe, would represent Libra, though, because he represents the scales of justice a lot of the time, because he makes decisions based on fact, based on what he thinks, but he's always very fair. That's the thing with the King of Swords. He does have a heart, but he also kind of makes decisions more to do with facts, figures, logic, reason, that type of thing. So I feel that because this represents the air signs, this is you guys. And I feel that even though you have wanted to jump into something different, you have taken time to think about it. This is the thing. Death is an influence now around you, which suggests if it's around you, you have been looking to make a major change in your life, a major change, okay? If it's something that's not happening yet, then it's coming in. It's something that's going to change your life, okay? You're closing the door on one cycle and you're entering into another. And I think that this is something that you may have thought about as an energy with that King of Swords, okay? Because if you look at the juxtaposition between the Page of Wands and the King of Swords, one card is very much about fire and passion, but the other one is a bit cooler. The swords are usually represented by colours like blues, greys, that type of thing. So a lot of the time with swords, are thinking black and white, whereas the wands, they're more about kind of looking at the greater scheme of things, kind of like they're just going with the way that they feel. Whereas the swords is all about, okay, I need to think about this logically before I actually go ahead and make a move. The King of Swords is always ready to strike, okay? He's quite happy to pick that sword up when he's ready, okay? But he won't do it before time. He's not haphazard. He's not kind of gung-ho. He always thinks about stuff before he goes and does it. That's the thing with the swords. They think before they act, okay? So I feel that with the Page of Wands, something's happened here. There might have been something new that came in terms of some news around a new creative endeavor, around a new job, that type of thing. You might have received some good news coming, but it might be something that you've needed to think about, because it might have been something that's created that's going to create a huge change in your life, Aquarius. In the future position, we see the Page of Pentacles. We see that you go for this thing because the Page of Pentacles is the opportunity. There it is. It's the opportunity. It's using your common sense. It's using what you have and growing it. Really, the Page of Pentacles is about expansion. It's about progress, okay? And taking something small and expanding on it. So I feel a new opportunity. Whenever I see the Page of Pentacles, this is also a good news card, but it's usually a card about a new financial opportunity that comes your way, or good news in terms of finances. So I feel a new opportunity in your personal life has come your way. I really do feel that there is an ending here, and this could potentially be in terms of career for some of you guys, okay? I do feel this is in terms of your career, that for some of you guys, you've been moving on to something else. It might be that you've actually ventured out of working for someone else into working for yourselves. But I'm seeing new opportunity here, and this is where the change is. There is definitely, with death in your personal life, going to be a huge transformation in your personal life. Okay, and this is why the resolution to that, the final resolution to this, is the Anchor card of the Fool, because it shows you stepping into a new cycle. So you are stepping into something new within 2016, Aquarius, because the Fool shows it, and you're ready for it as well. In your home life, we see the Seven of Pentacles. So as a general energy, as the key card, this shows as an influence that maybe some of you guys are, with Pentacles, they often represent homes, okay, because they're earth. So they represent buildings, things that are built from the earth or on the earth, okay. They're very grounded suit, okay. They're all about practicality. So this could be anything from you guys having to kind of tighten your belts in terms of paying out bills, in terms of investments. Maybe you've put your house up as collateral, or maybe you've invested something into your home and you're waiting for something to surface. You're waiting for something to kind of grow from that. Okay, so obviously a lot of the time when people make investments, they might, I don't know, invest certain parts of their home. So I don't know much about mortgages and that type of things. I don't have a mortgage, but from what I know of homes and stuff, you know, you can remortgage your home, you can insure the contents of your home, that type of thing. But I feel that for some of you guys in your home life, you're actually waiting for some form of an investment here. Okay, you're waiting for something to grow and to give rewards. That's what I'm feeling. For some of you guys, you might be spending a lot of time out in nature, in your garden, that type of thing. It's coming up to spring very soon. So you might be looking at things that you might have planted and seeing how far they've grown, that type of thing. In the past position, we have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands, I think for some of you guys, you could be having some arguments within the home potentially, because that can often be a card of anger. And we do also have the Moon card showing up as well. The Ace of Wands can be the past or it can be the present, but we've also got the Moon card showing in the present stroke future, which often is a card of concealment. It can be a card of anxiety. It can be a card of confusion. It can be a card of seeking clarity. And I feel that this would work with this Seven of Pentacles being the general key card for your home life. There is some sort of being at a crossroads somewhere along the line, okay? Maybe within the home with the Ace of Wands, there has been the beginning of something new. There's been a fresh start with something. I'm feeling that you guys are potentially looking at moving home, maybe, because the Wands are often the moving card as well. So maybe with the Seven of Pentacles, you're looking at your savings potentially. I feel some of you guys are looking at savings there, because the Seven of Pentacles looks like somebody who has planted so many pentacles on a tree, on a hedge. Is it a hedge? They've planted so many pentacles on that hedge, and they're waiting for something to mature or come in. And I feel with the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, that's often the fresh start, something new happening. And because it's Wands, it can literally be about a move. Okay, but I feel that some of you guys aren't being able to move at the moment with that Ace of Wands in the past position. Okay, it's the beginning of something. It's a spark of an idea. So I feel that there's a spark of an idea in terms of where you are in terms of your home life. Maybe some of you guys are wanting some sort of transition in your home life, some sort of movement. Okay, wands often are to do with home moves, and both cards are to do with building and creating. Pentacles and wands are both interlinked in that way, and interlinked in terms of movement. Okay, even though the pentacles are about stationary things a lot of the time, so stationary homes, literally to do with your home. You see a Knight of Pentacles, he's stationary on the card, okay, because he's planning, he's trying to make progress with something. Okay, but you see a Knight of Wands and he's moving. Okay, so sometimes when we're looking at progressing with something, we've got plans that we want to move forward. Sometimes it takes money to do that, especially when we're wanting to move or change location or something like that. I feel that there's something to do with relocation here in terms of your home life, Aquarius. But I feel that there is a sticking point with this Seven of Pentacles and the Moon card as well. There might be some frustration as well, I feel. I'm just feeling that in the present situation, the Moon is suggesting to me that there's some frustration because of something to do with money, because of this Seven of Pentacles. The Temperance card shows that you're going to need patience in the future, because the Temperance card is often a card of trying to kind of temper stuff. It's blending, mixing, matching, having to kind of accept a limitation of something and kind of just be happy where you are at that any given moment, I feel, with the Temperance card. So I feel that you're going to have to exercise patience in terms of waiting for something to develop, waiting for a development within your home life, because the Seven of Pentacles is often the card of development. This guy have planted he's done a lot of hard work, actually. He's planted 7 pentacles and now he's waiting for the harvest to come in. But he's been waiting a long time. And I feel that you're going to need patience. I feel that if this is something that you're presently experiencing, you're still waiting. If it's something that's coming in as a key card, as an influence, then yes, you are going to have what you want. You are actually going to have the money to move home. But in the future, it does show that you will need some patience. However, the key card that represents this, we don't usually have a key card for the home life. This is why I always use the central theme, which is the Empress. And the Empress can also be a card about homes. Okay, it can literally be a card about a home, about somebody who is nurturing their environment and making it look the most beautiful that it can be. So maybe with the Temperance card in the future, this will be you guys working out ways of how you can actually make your surroundings far more viable, far more attractive in terms of home buyers, that type of thing. Or working out ways how you can make the rest of the money to actually move, that type of thing. And I feel that the resolution is the Empress card. And the Empress card says that you're going to actually have a lot of success with that, okay? You are going to be living somewhere that is very beautiful. You're going to be very happy there, okay? And you're going to love your garden. You're going to love where you are. And you're going to be very proud of your achievements as well, okay? It does show, as a number 3 card, that whatever it is that you are trying to devise, there's going to be some expansion on this. There is going to be some success, and there's going to be a lot of abundance with that. So I do see with your home life that things are actually going to go in the way that you want them to go. Because I just get a sense some of you guys are trying to find ways to kind of move with something in terms of the home life. And I'm feeling that it's relocation potentially. You might have hit a sticky patch though. But you need patience, and you just need to kind of be clever and work out ways how you can kind of get around a situation that might be a little bit difficult at the moment. And you do with the Empress card. We're looking at now your career, and we have the Sun card as the key card. This is very positive card, okay? It does show a lot of positive influences happening either right now or they'll be happening in the future for you in terms of your career with that Sun card. Hope you guys can see that. The Sun card is a wonderful card to have in any reading because it just changes everything over. It just means that things are going to be heading in a very positive, in a very kind of optimistic way. There's a lot of optimism there in terms of your career. And I also feel that with the Sun card, in terms of an influence, this can literally show somebody who's in the spotlight. And I feel that for some of you guys, you may even be in the spotlight in terms of your career. I also feel with that Sun card as an influence that you're feeling now, or an influence that you're going to be feeling in the future. Some of you literally might be looking to relocate for work. So you might be looking to even move abroad for work potentially, because the Sun card can often represent very hot climates, foreign places, that type of thing. And we do have a travel card here as well, funnily enough. We've got either in the past or the present, or indeed the future, the Six of Swords. So I feel that there is going to be some significant travel happening for you guys in terms of work and career. This could be literally traveling to, it's across water. So I feel that it's literally traveling to another country potentially, or another state, or somewhere where it's quite warm and it's quite nice to be. So that's what I'm seeing for you in terms of your career. We've also got the Empress card showing here in the present or the future. The Empress is usually relating to careers that we're actually developing for ourselves. Okay, so we're nurturing our ideas, we're bringing ideas to the fore, and we're developing things. Okay, so there's a lot of positive vibes here with that Empress card, because it shows me in terms of your career that you are really on the path to kind of developing something, ideas, projects that are really going to be quite fruitful and are going to be quite abundant for you. But I feel that it's almost like this is something that you're developing on your own. So I don't know whether you guys, some of you guys are actually working for yourselves, or you are actually responsible for something here, maybe within your career life. But the future card, which is interesting, shows the Five of Pentacles. And I don't feel that this is a financial thing. I feel that this is maybe within your career for some of you guys, you are going to be out on a limb on your own, if that makes any sense. So you might feel a sense of, it could be that you feel a lack of support, or it could be that you feel a lack of help maybe within your career. Maybe you feel that you've got so much responsibility that you can't really share or open up with anyone, or nobody is supporting you with that. Five of Pentacles is a very interesting card to get as a future card in terms of your career. I don't believe that this is, for some of you guys, it might be loss of money, or it might be even the loss of a job, potentially. It could be. But it's not a problem, even if that was the case, because we know that if that was the case, then this is for the greater good, because the Sun card is shining over it, which means that you still have a very, very positive resolution. And we know that the your career sector is ruled by the Magician card. Okay, so this is a brilliant card to have in your career sector, because it simply means that you have all the tools that you need in order to create exactly what it is that you want. Okay, so I feel that this card is almost saying that you are at the helm of something here, and maybe this is what makes you feel that you're kind of doing everything yourself with that Five of Pentacles in the future position. But you're in a very powerful position as the Magician in the outcome position with the Anchor card. You really, really are. It is interesting, though. It is interesting. You are in a powerful position. I do feel, though, as well, to be honest with you, looking at these cards, that it is very good for your career for some of you. But I have to take into account the other cards as well, okay? So I feel that for some of you guys, you may have moved on from a job in terms of your career. It's still looking very positive, though. No matter what, we've got the Sun card, and we've got some very positive cards showing here in terms of career. So I'm seeing here in the past you may have moved on. The Empress can be also a card where you are growing stuff, where you are trying to build something of value, trying to build some real substance into your life, trying to build something, a career that gives you a lot of money, that gives you a lot of security as well. But the Empress is a number 3 card, and because she's pregnant, she's having to wait for the birth, so she's having to wait for the manifestation. In other words, it's like the Seven of Pentacles, having to wait for the goodies to arrive after putting in all the hard work, after enduring all the pain, after enduring all the difficulties. And there might be a sense of frustration with that Empress card in terms of career, because you might be having to wait for something to happen or something to manifest. And maybe this is why we have the Five of Pentacles showing here. So sometimes this Five of Pentacles can literally mean that you're just feeling a sense of loss or a sense of deprivation or a sense of being out in the cold. So for some of you guys, something in your career might not turn out the way that you want it to, but it still heads in a very positive direction for you. It still does. There is still something very positive here within your career, because the outcome cards are showing right now is the Magician, which means that the control is either in your hands or it's in somebody else's, unfortunately. Which is why potentially it's been difficult to get something off the ground, maybe with that Empress card presently. You've got everything there. You've got all the ideas. But potentially it could be that you don't have the help to see that through. Okay? So you're the Magician here. You're the person that's creating stuff within your career. But potentially some of you guys might be feeling that you've got a lack of support here. Okay? But just ever the optimist. So you're feeling, okay, I'm still optimistic about this, even though I don't feel that I've got the support that I need. We've also got the Hierophant card showing next, which is really representative of your love situation. But in terms of your career, I always look at the Hierophant and the Magician as two entirely different people. The Hierophant wants people to conform, and the Magician doesn't really conform. The Magician kind of creates from its own thought processes, whereas the Hierophant is kind of a card about conformity, conventionality. So I do feel there is some blockage here in terms of maybe a creative process. And I almost feel for some of you guys in your career, you are very creative and you are looking at something creative or doing something creative in your career, but it might be that you lack funds with this. Okay. The Hierophant can represent a huge organization. So maybe the Magician is saying that what you're trying to create, you need some sort of substance or some sort of backup with that Hierophant. Okay, unfortunately, it might be a difficult thing for you to get, because we do have the Strength card here as the next card that shows in the future. Okay, so you're going to need to be patient, or you're going to need to accept something. The Strength card is also about acceptance. Okay, it's also about acceptance, which leads then to change and transformation. So sometimes when we accept things, it's a case of, okay, I accept that this isn't going to happen here, so things are going to need to change, or I'm going to have to move on or close the door on something, because the Death card is change, transformation. So it could literally be an ending to something that wasn't working out in terms of your career, but it only ever leads you onto something that is far better for you. Okay, so I could read this situation with your career in a couple of ways, Aquarius. But it ultimately leads to something very, very positive happening. It could also be with the Strength card that you are able to tame, or you are able to control someone who you felt was uncontrollable. So you're able to get somebody on your side in terms of your career. Okay, in terms of someone who you thought wouldn't be on your side or you couldn't get on your side. Which ultimately leads to a new door opening for you with the Death card, the ending to problems, or the ending to adversity, and stepping into something that's even greater. So I think that's great for your career, to be honest with you, Aquarius. Sorry about the lengthy explanation, but I had to look at all the other cards as well and the way that they're running. I do feel with that Hierophant card and the Magician, this is you with the Magician creating, and I'm seeing the Empress and the Magician are both creators. They're both creators. Both of them are. The Magician sometimes can mean having to go back to the drawing board. Because if you think about it, the Empress card is number 3 within the Major Arcana. So the Magician thinks about what it wants. It thinks about ways. It has an idea. The Magician is the idea. Okay? And it goes about thinking of ways that it's going to create this thing. Looks at what it has, and then it starts to kind of put into place how it's going to go about creating its conditions, or creating the illusion. And then you have the High Priestess, and she kind of sits and stews for a while and kind of meditates over this thing. And then you have the Empress, who starts putting the action in. She starts putting things into place. Okay, so once a high priestess knows exactly how she's going to go about something, the empress then takes on the baton and she starts to kind of nurture the ideas and starts to bring things to fruition. However, we do see a blockage here with the future of the Five of Pentacles. So even though with your career, for some of you guys, you know exactly what you're doing and how to create stuff, and you've started the process, definitely. In the future, it does suggest with that Five of Pentacles, there is a blockage. And I feel that that Five of Pentacles is related to the Hierophant, because the Hierophant is a number 5 card. In the Major Arcana, the Hierophant represents number 5. So it's almost as if with the future card, it shows a blockage in terms of finances with this thing that you're trying to create. With the Empress card, with the Magician, it's going back to the drawing board. Okay, how do I go about sorting this out? The Hierophant could represent a bank maybe that some of you guys go to, and you're finding it problematic to get them on side. But eventually you do with the Strength card, because this Strength card is all about subduing and taming a lion. The lion is a beast, and the lion is someone that will eat you up if you're not careful. But this person eventually, the lady eventually tames this lion, and they're able to kind of get the lion to think that it's almost like mind games. They are able to then get the lion to think the way that they do, and the lion becomes a tame beast and does whatever the lady asks it to. So it's almost like you're able then to talk around the bank or talk around the person that you need support from. And then from there, we see the Death card. So an ending to a problematic cycle and the beginning of something that's quite fruitful. Very, very good reading, I feel, for your career, Aquarius. In terms of your love situation, this is interesting. We have the Star card. This is you guys, Aquarius. Aquarius is represented by the Star. Major Arcana. The Major Arcana of the Star is wonderful because it's all to do with hope. It's all to do with positivity. It's all to do with having a lot of faith. The Star card can also mean feeling apart or feeling distance between yourself and someone else. And I do feel that this Star card is more representative, and it has an influence that you're feeling now or you're going to be feeling in the future. I don't feel that you're going to be feeling very hopeful about your love life in certain areas, Aquarius, to be honest with you. For some of you guys, not for all of you guys. I'm going to be doing love readings anyway. That might show something entirely different for some of you guys. But I feel the Star card represents some form of distance between you and somebody else going forward, because we do have very strong male energy here as well. We've got the Five of Wands in the past stroke present position. It shows just a blockage there. There's you know, there's a conflicting interests, conflicting views, conflicting emotions, conflicting passions. Nobody wins with this. We've also got stroke present stroke future, the Seven of Wands. Fighting again, fighting off accusing hands. Okay, so for some of you guys, it could literally be whereby there is a lot of arguments that's going on in terms of your love life or your relationships. Okay, there might be some accusations of something. There might be some difficulties that you need. I just feel that there's a lot of miscommunication potentially for some of you guys in your love life here. Okay, and I feel that for some of you guys, it might almost be one-sided in terms of your love life. I feel that for some of you guys, the Star card not only represents the influence of distance, but it also represents the influence of that there is still hope there in terms of a relationship, because we do have the Justice card as the outcome card. And Justice says that things are going to come around. Things are going to hopefully turn out good, okay? But judging from these cards, because it's a funny thing with the Major Arcana of Justice, because it just reminds me of karma. It is karma. It is the law of compensation. Whatever you put into something is what you get out of it. Okay? And I don't see any kind of coming together within a relationship, because justice can represent the law. Okay? So it could be leading, arguments could be leading maybe to divorce for some of you guys potentially, or to something to do with mediation potentially, because the Justice card can represent mediation as well, trying to create something that's fair and balanced within a relationship. For some of you guys, it could literally be where you're fighting over someone or somebody's fighting over you, because the Star card can literally be someone who is in the spotlight, someone who's well sought after, put on a pedestal, that type of thing. So literally it could be that some of you guys, hence with the fighting, the 5 of Wands there, and also the 7 of Wands, this guy is fighting off competition from females, potentially. So, and there's competition here. So it could literally be whereby within your love life, you're fighting off competition, or you are, you know, you are competing. Justice shows the culmination of this, though, okay? And it doesn't really say what that culmination is. We do have the Hierophant being the anchor card, okay, which shows what the resolution will be or where the situation is heading. This is seeking wise guidance, help. Okay, this is also the card of conventionality, but it's also the card of commitment in terms of love and relationships. Okay, though it's very strange that we should get that card because there is no commitment within these cards. Justice could be literally seeking mediation in the future over any problem. So if there's problems within your relationship, maybe that Star card is saying there's an influence coming in, there is a lot of hope, so don't give up. And the Justice card in the future could literally be mediation. Okay, so talking to someone about stuff, trying to gain a fair, balanced viewpoint on the relationship, on the situation. And it would really stand up with the Hierophant card, because this is mediation as well. This is two people going to see someone who can shed a bit of light and give a bit of insight on a situation. So I feel if any of you guys are going through relationship stroke, especially if you're married, I do feel that you are heading towards mediation potentially in 2016 to work through your problems. Doesn't even have to be a professional counsellor or anything. It can just be, you know, a really good family friend, that type of thing. If you're involved in a fight, competition in terms of your love life over somebody who's quite popular, you might be the person that ends up coming out on top, because justice simply means in the future that you will have justice over something, okay? You're going to have your justice. But also this card can mean that whatever has gone before determines what's going to come afterwards, okay? So very interesting for your love life. We're going to go more in depth anyway with love life in love readings that I'm going to be putting up on the site, on the YouTube channel this month. And finally, we're going to have a look at your future position. The key card showing in the future is the 8 of Pentacles. So for some of you guys, this is literally a new career. A new career that you guys are going into, okay? It's a new working environment. It's being an apprentice. It's learning something new, learning something of value. It's working really hard. It's focus, being determined, okay? Working towards a goal. I see that with you guys in the future, okay? And I feel that this is, you know, going to be real application to this. You know, it's going to really take some doing, I feel, with that 8 of Pentacles. It is definitely the card of working hard and being really, really focused, okay? You're going to be focused on achieving goals, I feel, in 2016, Aquarius. Past shows the Tower. So maybe something, well, we can't say past, it's all in the future. So something potentially might come in and it might kind of just be a surprise. Something might end very quickly. Something might, something that wasn't built on any solid ground may come in terms of the Tower card in the future, okay? Whenever you see this Tower card, never take it lightly, because it's always for the greater good as well. So it could be something that you've been working towards, even with this 8 of Pentacles as the key card, as the influence. And suddenly there might be some kind of jolt on that, or there might be some kind of halt on this. Or it might give you a surprise in terms of what it actually gives to you. So whatever this thing is, in the key card is the 8 of Pentacles that you're working towards, with the Tower card underneath, it could literally also be that you're rebuilding something here. I'm feeling that you're rebuilding something here, actually, when I think about it. I feel with the 8 of Pentacles, you're focused on rebuilding, because the Tower card breaks down in order to rebuild. Okay, that's what your Tower card does. So something has to go in order for you to start again. And I'm feeling that you're starting again in the future with something, Aquarius. And we see the 4 of Wands here. This hard work that you put in, with that card is bringing around real happiness and abundance with the Four of Wands. Okay, this is the card of joy. Okay, so whatever it is that you have broken down with the Tower card is being rebuilt with that Four of Wands, and it's being rebuilt in a sturdier, stronger, far more confident way. And it's all because of the hard work in the key card that you're actually putting in. And the final card to show is the Two of Pentacles. So even though you're quite abundant and you're doing really, really well, you're still having to juggle stuff, okay? And you're still, to me, this Two of Pentacles is just about being practical, okay? It's juggling your time, it's juggling your money, it's making sure that everything is done right, okay? So maybe for some of you guys, in terms of finance, you know, you might have got yourself into a bit of trouble, and maybe with the Tower card, it's acted in order to cleanse you of that, and to build something new and far stronger for you with that Four of Wands. It doesn't still mean that you don't have to kind of clean up the debris with that Two of Pentacles, but you're in a far better position. Future does show, in terms of the immediate future card, the Anchor, shows us strength, okay? So this is patience, this is calming fears. This, again, is a number 8 card, funnily enough. So strength rules the pip card of the Eight of Pentacles. It shows real application. So you guys are really, this shows that you are going to be in a far stronger position, because strength card is when you are in a far stronger position. This woman who is taming the lion has a lot of inner strength, and she is well in control. So I really feel that you guys, with these future cards, are going to be in real control of your life going forward in the future, in far more control than you ever were before. What you're wishing for is death. This shows me, and it's funny that your basis foundation card is the Fool. You want a new beginning, you want to jump into life, and death tells me that you want transformation. This is what you're wishing for. You're looking for transformation over all areas of your life, and you're going to get it. Your final card shows us the Lovers, where everything is heading to. The Lovers, to me, is a card of intense, beautiful relationships. It's also the card of choice. So I feel that where these situations are heading is that you have to make choices in your life, and they're choices for the better, okay? You are the one that's in control. You are the one that's in the driving seat, okay? The Lovers is not just about intense, emotional, sexual relationships. It's literally about making a choice on your life path. And through all of this reading, I can see that there are choices that you need to make. Definite choices. But it all leads to a far more positive path for you, Aquarius. And the central theme card of how you will react to all these areas is as the Empress, with beauty and with grace. Okay, you know exactly what it is that you need to nurture and what you need to grow. So you're working towards it. You're working towards abundance. And even though sometimes there might be frustrating parts of the year for you, Aquarius, there might be times where you think, bloody hell, I wish I could just give up on something. The greater goal for you is to have that happiness, that abundance, that material stability. And it really is to kind of grow something that you can be proud of, that you can feel at home with, that you can feel that you have nurtured from the grassroots up, and you can be really proud of. And I feel that this is what it is with this reading and you guys this year. It's an exceptional reading, Aquarius, for 2016, and I wish you all the best of luck. Look out for your February 2016 month ahead reading. And remember, some of these readings will apply to all of you. Some won't. Some areas will, some won't. You know, all areas will for some of you. It's that type of reading, okay? But what I just wanted to do was give you a key, you know, a little kind of snatch, a little kind of snippet of certain areas in your life and how they can relate to you during 2016 and how they can move you forward. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your live spread reading, Aquarius, and I will see you on your love reading and also your February 2016 reading. Take care, my darlings. Bye-bye.